I kind of need to read 3 books in 5 days. Hey guys, it's been a while since I filmed. Ow, my shoulder just popped. It's been a while since I filmed, and I thought I would try and start getting back into reading vlogs. It's not something I ever did very regularly, but it's something I think I want to start doing. I have a lot of time in my hands now that I'm still looking for a job, and I want to put out more content. I've been doing blog posts and my books are pretty regularly, but like I said, I have a lot of free time, so why not just try and revive this channel, and we'll see how long I can maintain it this time. So currently I am reading All for One. This is the last book in the Alex and Eliza trilogy, and I'm actually sitting at my desk because I have a library hold that just came in, or I just got an email about the other last night. And so if my laptop will let me in, I'm going to go in and schedule a time for pickup for my library hold. I have a bunch of library books on hold right now because there's a library really close to me. This is a library book, the whole trilogy I got from the library. I have 2 more library books, and I placed a hold on a graphic novel called Into the Woods because I saw it on Books and Lala, Kayla's channel, from one of her videos in, oh gosh, I want to say April because I'm super behind on my watch later list. I saw that book, and it's a horror graphic novel. You know me, I can't do horror. I had a whole conversation about this in one of my reading vlogs in February, I think, about how I was reading a horror book back then, and I can't read horror. And apparently this is pretty scary, and it's starting to get to spooky season. So yeah, I'm gonna try and read this graphic novel without getting too scared. But first I always forget how to do this. Yeah, clearly I haven't used this library very much yet. Okay, I'm picking up my book on Tuesday, and the thing I like about my library is that we can do, like, pickup is outside, so I can always just go at any time during the day after they open, which is at 9, I think, and before they close. So I can just pop out anytime I want, as long as I'm not disrupting my roommate while she's trying to teach, because she teaches from home. She's a teacher. I feel like that was pretty self-explanatory. So I actually have a lot of graphic novels on hold. I kind of went on a bit of a binge, just decided to get a bunch of graphic novels, so I'm hoping to read more of them next month, because I would really like to read the Lock and Key series by Joe Hill. I've never really read graphic novels in general, are not really my thing, mostly because I haven't read enough of them to be able to talk about it a little more. So I would really like to read more of them. So I have the entire Lock and Key series on hold. So now that that's done, I'm actually going to move back over to my bed and get some reading done. This week's goal for reading is actually going to be pretty ambitious. I started this last night, and I'm 46 pages into it. This is due back on Friday, and so are these 2 books. I have Warbringer and Soul Stealer here. They're due back on Friday, and it's Sunday, so I kind of need to read 3 books in 5 days. I think I can do it. It's been a long time since I've read that much, but if I'm not doing anything else with most of my time. So I'm going to get started on All for One. So it's a little later in the day. It's about 6:30 actually, and I have read another 100 and something pages of All for One. I'm finishing it tonight. I will finish it tonight. I realized there's no point in me trying to, like, okay, no, not that there's no point. I am aware that I can extend my library holds. Do I want to do that? No, because that's just not the kind of person I am. I like getting things done on a deadline, so that's why I'm going to try and finish 3 books in 5 days. So I'm already almost done with 1, and then I will have from today until basically Friday to finish Soul Stealer and Warbringer. And then on Tuesday I'm picking up the other books, the graphic novel. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my reading so far. I have thoughts about All for One, which I will share a little bit once I'm done with the book, but also I want to like kind of keep stuff for my end of the year. Wow, end of the month wrap up. We'll see how much I end up sharing with you guys. But yeah, I haven't read a book pretty much in one day, in 24 hours, in a really long time. So as much as I'm enjoying it, I'm also I am getting to the point where I'm kind of done with the story. So I am looking forward to it ending. So I think I have another 100 and something pages left. Bookly telling me it'll take me about an hour and a half to finish the book, so we'll see. And I will update you guys when I'm done with that, probably later tonight. So it is the end of the day, and where's my book? I have finished Alex and Eliza. Okay, initial thoughts and initial rating. I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars, which is in between. I gave the first book 3 stars, and I gave the second book 4 stars, and this is a 3.5 out of 5. I was kind of hoping they would go up in rating as I went along, but the second book is my favorite. I think what made a big difference for me in terms of enjoyment and how I felt about this book is that the second book is where I really thought the characters of Alex and Eliza flourished a lot more, to at least what I know of them historically, and of course the version of them that I know through Hamilton the musical. I've always imagined and I've always known Eliza as a person and as a character to be a very regal woman, to be very intelligent, to be in a lot of ways smarter than her husband, and had she not been born a woman would have probably been more successful than her husband. What really upset me was that Eliza's character, it feels like she undoes a lot of that for herself. I'm not going to go into specifics because I don't want to spoil it. Obviously, this is a young adult book. Melissa de la Cruz wrote this for her daughter, so I understand that it's obviously not going to talk about his affair in the same way that the Hamilton musical did, which was a lot more candid. I don't know how I feel about the way that it was handled here, and I'm sure I will come to terms with it a little more as I sit on this and I get to think about it a little more before I write my wrap up at the end of the month. But yeah, I mean, it was not a bad book. It was a little long for my taste, especially because I didn't really care about it for most of the book. There's a big part of me that knows it's completely unfair to compare this to Lin-Manuel Miranda's writing. He had 8 years to write Hamilton, and that's a musical. It's not prose, it's not the same thing as writing a book, it's not the same thing as writing for children. But Hamilton being what it is, and Lin being someone I look up to a lot as a person and as a writer and as an artist, it's hard not to compare this to something I love so much, and I've listened to Hamilton since November 2015. Yeah, there is a part of me that can't quite make that disconnect because I love Hamilton dearly, and I will always love Hamilton dearly. While I know that is also a fictionalized account of the original story of history, it's a lot closer to my heart, and it's the version I will more fondly and be more likely to remember than this. But anyways, I'm done talking about that for now. Yeah, I read a ton today. So, the next book I'm going to start is Soul Stealer. I don't know if I'm going to start this tonight, mostly because it's like 11 something. It's 11:20, and I am quite tired from reading all day and having to admittedly push myself through All for One a little more than I would have liked. So I might not start this tonight, but I am excited to start this whenever I decide to. You can tell the thoughts are kind of going out of my head. Been a while since I've read a Sarah J. Maas book, so I don't know how I will feel about this. All I know is that if this gets weird in the same way that some Sarah J. Maas books tend to get weird romance-wise, that will probably knock at least half to a full star rating off this. So let's just hope that we don't have any talk about velvety body parts, or toes, or anything else that her romances are very awkwardly and infamously, cringely known for. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So I will update you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it is 9:03 on Monday morning, and I'm still in my room because actually my roommate teaches, so she is teaching from home right now. Safety, because of everything going on in the world. So she teaches in the living room, I go out and have lunch with her, and then I'm usually back in my room until she's done teaching for the day. So yeah, I will be reading in my room. I have some breakfast here with me. I'm gonna eat that. I'm still like kind of waking up. I got up at, well, my body woke me up at 7:30 because of a text, and I like panicked and thought it was way later than it actually was. That was weird, and then it took me a while to just even be able to get out of bed. I was pretty tired this morning. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast, I'm gonna drink my chai, which is sitting in front of me, and I'm gonna start Soul Stealer, which I'm hoping will go by quickly, and I'm really hoping it doesn't have any weird romance, but that's all I can tell you now. Also, I'm kind of upset that it's a romance between. Okay, this is a spoiler. It's in the synopsis in the book. This romance is between her and Bat Boy. What's his name? Batwing. Okay, yeah, I've never heard of Batwing. I'm familiar with Nightwing because I love Dick Grayson, but it's also, isn't Catwoman supposed to be with Batman? Maybe I don't know. She can do whatever she wants. I was just surprised that this had nothing to do with Batman himself. I'm a little upset that Catwoman's not going to be with Batman because I like that storyline, or at least I like their play on attraction. But I don't know. Maybe this will be fine with Batwing, who isn't even. It's like a mashup between Batman and Nightwing. He's not. Okay, I'm only on page 5 of this, but I would like to note that the term alpha has already come up. And yes, it's a different context, and it's the whole, like, it's a group of fighters, and there's an alpha who, like, makes sure that everything goes well. It says, the alpha of each gang ruled and protected, laid down punishment and reward. I get that. But we're 5 pages in, and Sarah J. Maas has already mentioned an alpha, like, 4 times. So, that's how this is going so far. So I just got done filming a video. I put on a very tiny bit of makeup for that because, I don't know, I feel like a more sit down kind of video kind of requires makeup. But anyways, I filmed a video, I had lunch. Honestly, I spent my morning just kind of catching up with my thoughts on All for One in my reading journal, and this is actually the video I was filming earlier. I was doing a flip through of my reading journal. That should already be up by the time this vlog goes up, so you can look in the description for the link to that if you're interested in seeing what I have in here. And yeah, I'm going to read more of Soul Stealer, honestly. So this is a tiny thing. This is so nitpicky, and it's so unnecessary, but I'm gonna nitpick because it's Sarah J. Maas, and I feel like if you don't nitpick on Sarah J. Maas, it's not a Sarah J. Maas book. There's a gang called the Leopards, and there's an alpha, but leopards are solitary creatures. And I don't know if this is just a general, like, DC Universe thing, but leopards are solitary creatures, and there's an alpha, and like the new recruits are called kittens, and there's like hissing and snarling as they interact with each other, and it's just so weird. Like, this is it's such a cat book, and I feel like this is such a, like, you can tell that Sarah J. Maas writes fae stories because Rowan growls all the time, and that's how you know he's obviously fae, because he's growling all the time. But yeah, that's my little thing I have to nitpick right now, and I'm gonna go read a little more of this and hope that that doesn't actually end up annoying me too much. This is kind of okay. It's not that I don't like the book. It's not that it's bad. It's just such a Sarah J. Maas book, and I was catching up on some of my Watch Later stuff from like months ago, and one of Woody Novel's old reading vlogs where she was talking about reading Crescent City. She was talking about how all of Sarah J. Maas's main characters are the same. All the women are warriors who are strong and don't need a man, but need a man to help save them, and the men are broken, but like they're also super strong fighters and all these things. And ever since she said that, I can't get that out of my head. And like, that's not. Yes, Catwoman Selina Kyle is a very strong, very capable woman, but I've always liked her. Okay, I had to stop recording for a second because my roommate is recording her video on the other side of the wall, and she's trying to get a video done for her students, and she's kind of getting frustrated. But Selina Kyle, she is a very strong woman, And the thing I've always liked about Selena is that she doesn't need a man. Catwoman has always been fine by herself. Yes, she has a romance with Batman, or at least an attraction to him. They play off each other really well, but she's never needed a man. And I don't like the idea that she is, because Sarah J. Maas is writing, probably going to need a man. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm going to have to read more to find out. And as of right now, not looking forward to that part of this. So here's the deal. It's, I don't know, what time is it? 12:15 p.m. on Tuesday. I don't really feel like reading, so I'm not going to. I'm going to take some Bookstagram pictures instead. And yeah, and then maybe later today I'll feel like reading. So I do realize that I'm wearing the same hoodie or sweater that I've been wearing for a couple of days at the beginning, but hopefully you can tell it's a different day just because of my hair. You gotta trust me that it's a different day. I mean, I have my library book to prove it, so I got through the woods, not into the woods. Wow, I'm pretty sure I wrote Into the Woods in my TBR. Yeah, it's called Through the Woods. Anyways, I picked this up from the library yesterday, so once I'm done with Soul Stealer, I totally forgot what it was called, and Warbringer, I'm going to read this, or, yeah, I'll read, we'll see what I'm in the mood for at that point. But the reason I basically didn't vlog yesterday much more is didn't really read much. I read 36 pages, which I think I forgot to record in Bookly, so I might have to go back and do that. And then I spent a lot of time these past couple days trying to work on my Bookstagram. So my roommate pointed out that what I was doing wasn't really what I wanted, and she's right, and she helped me figure out a better way to do that. So I've been going through all my old photos that I've taken and re-editing them. That's taken a lot of time. And then I shot some new pictures yesterday. I shot some new pictures today. And now it's 11:28 and I have not read yet. So I'm going to actually get food because I'm hungry. And then I'm going to read. And then I'm going to edit my reading journal video. And then I have some work to do for a volunteer thing that I'm doing. And yeah, I have been mostly just working on kind of making sure that my Bookstagram is consistent. I have some old photos that I'm not sure what to do with because they don't match what I'm trying to go for now, and yet I like some of these photos, and I don't know, there's a downside to not taking everything on the same device. I take a lot of photos. Most of the photos I take actually on my roommate's camera. I'm filming on my phone right now, which is what I use when I'm outside, and obviously it's not the same quality. This is proving to me more and more that once I get a job and a paycheck, I actually want to get a camera that can film and take photos, and basically I want the Canon, it's the Canon Mark V, I think. So it's just kind of proving that I really want a camera of my own, which I can't get until I get a job, which I still don't have yet. So we're not going to talk about the fact that I'm unemployed, and we're just going to go back to me not reading Soul Stealer. I'm liking it more now. I talked to my sister about this, and I am liking it a lot more now than I did when I started it, so hopefully I will continue to like it. And interestingly enough, my sister said that Nightwalker, which I don't have yet, but I do want to read, is not as good, which makes me feel bad because I love Marie Lu, but I guess I'll have to see for myself as well. But yeah, so I'm gonna go out, get food. Well, out, I mean my living room. Get food, and then read a bit, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. So I know the lighting isn't ideal, but it's late, I'm tired, I have a bit of a headache, I don't really know what it's from. But I'm going to try and squeeze some more of Catwoman in. It's been a while since I've actually read laying down in bed, so I'm gonna do that because I'm too lazy to sit up. And hopefully I can get a little more into this, honestly. I think I'm a little burned out from reading the Alex and Eliza trilogy so quickly. Yeah, I need to get through to this because it's Thursday tomorrow, and these books are due back on Friday, so yeah, I've gotta hop to it. And so yeah, I'm gonna read a little more and then go to bed. So I was going to start reading like 15 minutes ago, but then I saw this really upsetting video on Twitter about anti-maskers. We're not going to go into all that, but or your mask. Anyways, I'm going to read. I have some chai here, and I have a cinnamon roll, and I'm going to read for a bit, and then distract myself from the fact that anti-maskers exist. Anyways, I'll update you guys later. It's been a few hours since I last updated you guys. I have showered, washed my hair, changed into a big hoodie, and I'm gonna do a different reading spot for now because I've been reading in bed a lot, and I'm gonna read in my chair. I am about 237 pages in, and there's, I want to say 381 pages in this book, so like I have about a third left. That's how much I have left, and I'm gonna finish this today, and then I'm gonna start Warbringer because, like I said, you guys all know, when are these due? Gonna do that, and I don't know. It's kind of gloomy outside, which is making me not really want to read. I kind of just want to crawl back in bed and take a nap, but I have absolutely no reason to, so I'm gonna read my book, finish as much of it as I possibly can while sitting here, and then I will update you guys when I'm, I don't know, either done with this reading session or when I finish this book, whichever one comes first. So it's been about an hour and I finished the book. I would show it to you, but I threw it on my bed. Give me a second. Reasons why everyone should have a rolling chair. Oh my gosh, my blanket's stuck. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I finished the book and I actually ended up enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. I was thinking this was going to be a 3-star book and it's actually a 4.5-star book, so yeah, I enjoyed it a lot more once I got over the beginning. I think the beginning was really rough for me, but now I'm surprised by how much I liked it. Of all the Sarah J. Maas books I've read, this will be the 5th, I think. I actually don't remember. I'll have to look back on my Goodreads. So of the 4 or 5 that I've read, this is my favorite because there's no weird romance and there's no weird sex. So yeah, I liked it. And that's all I'm gonna say. You can see more of my thoughts in my wrap up at the end of the month, my blog, which I will link down below. So I'm gonna take a break from reading because this book kind of made me want to start Gotham again. I only made it through the first season when I last watched it, but that was also when the first season had just come out. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna try watching an episode of Gotham, see what I think of it, and if I want to start it because it is arguably very dark, and this coming from the person who watches Criminal Minds obsessively. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about it now, but I'll give it another shot, do a little bit of volunteer work that I need to do, and then start Warbringer because the ending of this, like, was so good and I'm totally in the reading mood now, so I really want to get into Warbringer, and it's Leigh Bardugo. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. Wasn't a big fan of the Shadow and Bone trilogy, but I love Six of Crows, so I'm gonna go watch Gotham now and see what I think. So it's almost 5 p.m. and I have about 70-ish pages left. My book's right here. I am currently sitting cross-legged on my bed because I've been sitting upright for the past 2-ish hours reading. I'm really enjoying the book and I really need to get back to it because, again, we're trying to get to the library, so I will update you guys when I'm done with that. So I totally meant to update you guys. Oh, there's something in my eye. I totally meant to update you guys earlier. When I had finished the book. I'm done with it now and I've returned it. Yeah, I really, really loved Warbringer. No surprise because it's Leigh Bardugo. I enjoyed it so much and I had so much fun reading it, just pretty much all in one go. It made me laugh and I'm really glad I took the time to read that. So now I should be going to bed, but I'm actually going to take some time to jot down my thoughts about it because otherwise I think I'm going to forget it, and then tomorrow I have to catch up on a bunch of reviews. I don't know what I'm going to start next. I think I'm going to start 26 Kisses next, which is a contemporary that's on my TBR. I got it for really cheap. I actually got it signed and it was like $5 from Book Outlet back before Book Outlet became problematic. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start that tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I am gonna jot down my thoughts and I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm aware pigtails kind of make me look like a child, but I'm okay with that. I feel like my hair just kind of gets wilder and bigger in each of these shots. But anyways, it's Saturday. I haven't read anything yet today. I've honestly just been kind of taking it slow. But I have 26 Kisses with me, which is the next book that I'm going to be reading. I just realized that there's a letter on each of the kisses. Anyway, the premise of this is that she's heartbroken, I think, and she's going to go out, and her mission to get over her heartbreak is to kiss 26 guys whose names start with like the different letters of the alphabet. Contemporary is not my thing, but like I said, I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone with reading this month with like genres. I'm not sticking exclusively to fantasy, which even though I just read 2 fantasy books, they were more modern urban fantasies. So I'm gonna be reading this next. I have some volunteer work to do, which I'm going to get started on doing. I actually was gonna do it outside, but my laptop was dying and my cord isn't long enough to reach the extension cord that we have outside because I don't have the like extra extension thing. So I'm gonna do my work in here, and I actually have to retake some Bookstagram photos because, sorry, I'm looking at my laptop. I have to retake some of my Bookstagram photos because they didn't turn out the way I wanted and they didn't really match my theme. So in an effort to pull together my theme, I'm going to retake some of these photos, and yeah, I will update you guys before I end this vlog, which I'm trying to get up tonight. So we'll see when I update you guys. I have to edit the rest of this together. Not every week's going to be like this, but for my first week of this and for reading 3 books, I'm really happy with it. And I will update you guys one last time before I end the vlog. So it is Sunday. I didn't really vlog yesterday except to tell you guys that I was reading. I read about a chapter of 26 Kisses last night, and honestly, I just kind of wanted to chill yesterday. I did my volunteer work. I watched a lot of Gotham instead of reading, but it was nice. So to recap what I read this week, I finished All for One, and that was, I think I finished the last like 310 pages of the book. I read all of Soul Stealer, and I read all of Warbringer. I really enjoyed both Soul Stealer and Warbringer. I think they're great. I'm looking forward to reading the other books in the DC Reimagined or DC Legends series. My reading is definitely going to slow down after this because I don't have library books that are due back for a while. I have Through the Woods, and that's the graphic novel I picked up, but that's not going to be due until next month, so I have some time to read the other books in my TBR. Like I said, I'm reading 26 Kisses right now, and so far, first chapter, not bad. But I had a great reading week. I liked vlogging everything. I think it was fun. And honestly, 3 books in 1 week is the most I've read in a long time. So yeah, I'm really happy with how much I read. I think it came up to almost 1,000 pages, just about. And that's really great in a week, if you ask me. I'm happy with what I did. I'm happy with the books I read, and I'm excited about what I'm going to read next. So that's all I have for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!